Hi everyone, my name is Steph, this is the Novelty Corner, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my second readathon announcement for April. Due to me stuffing up my scheduling organisation, this readathon announcement is the second one that I filmed. It's the first one coming out though. You're welcome. This readathon is Tome, Infinity and Beyond, which is a readathon that I was part of 6 years ago. It's been a while since we've had one of these. It is the brainchild of Meg from Loops and Lore with Meg, who was one of the very first people to invite me to be part of a readathon and to co-host, and I'm so excited that she's bringing it back. Tome Infinity and Beyond is a sci-fi readathon, and it takes place over the entire month of April. There is a really fun way to pick prompts, which I'll go through in a minute, and it is going to be so much fun because I've been meaning to dive into so many of the sci-fi books that I have sitting on my physical TBR because I've been acquiring them, because I've been in a real sci-fi mood, and sometimes I just need a kick to pick them up because I always love them when I read them, but these days I don't always necessarily gravitate towards picking them up straight away. The Tome Infinity and Beyond readathon has a bit of a theme. It's a bit of a space travel theme where we are traveling around different parts of the galaxy. As I said, Meg is the wonderful brainchild behind this, and I'm one of the co-hosts alongside Eric from Break Even Books and Kat from Brews and Reviews. The way to play is we have 3 different sectors of space, and Meg has created this wonderful interactive map. It's wonderful. I saw it and I just got so giddy and excited. There are 3 different regions. We start in the solar frontier. We move through to the nebular expanse and the cosmic rift. Each section of space has 6 different prompts, but you only need to complete 2 prompts per section in order to complete the readathon in the month. So that's only 6 books, or 3 if you double up on any of the prompts. How you decide which prompts you pick from each section is totally up to you. You can pick based on what you have available or what you're interested in reading, or you can roll the d6 dice to decide the prompts. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to decide yet. So that means overall there are 18 prompts, and you can of course read as many books and tackle as many prompts as you like, but you only have to complete 6 to complete the readathon, which I think makes it really great and accessible for everyone's reading style and pace. In the solar frontier, we have our 6 prompts, which include Planet Genesis, which is to read a book that introduces a new world or setting. You have Planet Nebula, to read a book that has a colourful cover. Space Rocket Orion, which is a challenge to read a book that features artificial intelligence or technology. You have Wormhole X42, which is a challenge to read a book that is under 300 pages. You have the Solar Flare Challenge, which is to read a book that has a cover that features warm colours like reds and oranges and yellows, things like that. And then the final prompt in this section is the Meteor Shower Detour, which is to read a book by an author you've never read before. In the Nebular Expanse, which is considered the intermediate area, so the first one is kind of the beginner area, you have the First Contact Zone, which is to read a book that features first contact or an unknown species that pops up within the books. There is the Asteroid Belt Outpost, which is to read a short story or novella. There is the Cosmic Library, which is where you read a book that features knowledge or history or archives. There is the Time Dilation Field, which is to read a book that plays with time, so it could be time slip, time travel, etc. There is the Pulsar Research Station, which is to read a book that features a brilliant or unique protagonist. And then the final prompt in this section of space is the Starlight Relay, which is to read a book that is highly rated or has come highly recommended. And then the Cosmic Rift, our advanced area, features the Quantum Echo Station. This is to read a book in a format that you don't normally read. So if you're primarily a physical reader, maybe it's reading an ebook or an audiobook. If you primarily read traditional fiction, it could be a graphic novel. It could even be, if you read mostly traditionally published sci-fi books, I would say you could pick up an indie book as well, because I was looking at this one going, I technically read all formats of books, and I need to think about how I would tackle this one if this comes up as one of my prompts, because I tend to read a little bit of everything. There is the Black Hole Anomaly. This is the challenge to read a book where the truth is hidden or there is a mystery. There is the Solar Eclipse, which is to read a book with a morally grey character or an anti-hero. There is the Unknown Planet M, which is a challenge where you come up with a random way of kind of choosing your TBR, whether it's a spinner wheel or you have someone else pick for you, etc. Like, you get to decide how the book is chosen, but it has to be in some kind of random capacity. There is the Supernova, which is to read a book that has been on your TBR for ages and may or may not explode if you don't actually get to it. And then the final prompt is the Final Transmission, which is to read a book that is the end of something. So it could be the end of a series, or something within the book could be the end of something. So as I said, Meg has created this amazing interactive map, which is really fun to look with and play with. And there is an interactive dice on the map as well, so you can play the whole thing within the map, which is probably what I'm going to do in my April TBR. If you need more information about the readathon, I will leave Meg's announcement video link down below, because I'm sure she will do a far better job of explaining it than me, as well as leaving the links for the other co-hosts and where you can find this interactive map. We really hope that you will join us and have some fun reading sci-fi books. The thing about sci-fi is that it tends to cross genres quite a bit, and if you are a literary fiction reader, there are plenty of books that touch and tip into the sci-fi category, adding elements of sci-fi that would fit for this. And if you're a romance reader, we have plenty of sci-fi romance out there that will fit many of these prompts as well. It doesn't matter where you sit on the sci-fi spectrum, whether it's mystery sci-fi or whether it's traditional sci-fi, whether it is space opera, like you can find your way around this map with any sci-fi that you like. And I think that's kind of cool. In the comments, I'd love to know if you're planning on participating, even if it's just for a couple of books. Feel free to let me know down below. And if you've already started thinking about the books that you might include on this TBR, let me know that down below. If you want to let me know that you're here but you don't want to leave a comment, feel free to leave any kind of space emoji down below. Otherwise, I hope that wherever you're in the world, you're staying safe and healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye everyone.